Police announced 2 arrests for animal cruelty. It's related to the dozens of dogs left at a local dog park.
Plus, a Boone County car crash sends 5 people to the hospital. What we are learning from the ongoing investigation.
And nearly 2 years after a fire, a popular restaurant set to reopen. Owners of Capri say it's been a long time coming.
Live from WTVO 17, this is Eyewitness News at 5.
Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Wendell Edwards. We thank you for being here tonight. 2 people face multiple charges tonight of animal cruelty after police say they were the ones who dumped dozens of dogs at a Boone County dog park.
Authorities arrested 61-year-old Concepcion Rodriguez and 54-year-old Bruce Walla at a home in Huntley. Police say they're responsible for abandoning 54 Maltese mixed-breed dogs at Hammer Time Dog Park July 15th. Rodriguez and Walla are charged with 19 counts of cruelty to animals and 19 counts of violating the owner's duties. They were booked and released from the Huntley Police Department with a court date. Rodriguez was also charged with 54 additional counts of cruelty to animals by the Boone County Sheriff's Office.
So we told you about this story back in July when police responded initially to those 54 abandoned dogs at the Hammer Time Unleashed Dog Park in Belvidere. This is the video from that. All the dogs were later turned over to multiple rescue organizations for treatment and to assist with fostering the dogs. Police say both people were booked and they have been released from the Huntley Police Department with a McHenry County court date. A Capri woman is dead tonight after a weekend crash in Boone County.
74-year-old Judy Street was killed when her car was hit by another vehicle at Woodstock and County Line Road Saturday morning. Police say Street failed to yield at the intersection and pulled out in front of a car driven by 67-year-old Roberta Balek. Street was pronounced dead at the scene. Balek was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The crash remains under investigation. Another
Accident in Boone County sent 5 people to the hospital. This was on Sunday afternoon around 4 at the intersection of Spring Creek and Olson Roads in Belvidere. Reports say one car just took off after the scene, after the collision. 5 people were taken to a local hospital with varying degrees of injuries. No word yet on any suspects or any updates on the conditions of the victims, but we are on top of this story and we'll bring you the updated information as soon as we have it.
Ogle County police respond to a one-car accident due to a drunk driver. Police say around 5 Saturday morning, a car crashed on East Fisher Road in Rochelle near Route 38. Investigators determined the car went off the road, hitting a mailbox and a cement drainage ditch. The driver of the car, a 17-year-old girl, she's charged with a DUI, illegal transportation of alcohol, and several traffic violations. She was treated for minor injuries at Rochelle Community Hospital before being released to a parent.
A Winnebago County jury found a man guilty of trying to kill his ex-girlfriend.
The Winnebago County State's attorney says the jury reached the verdict Friday. 60-year-old Joe Williams has been found guilty of shooting his ex-girlfriend. Around 10:30 the night of May 2nd, Williams shot the victim in her car while parked on Canary Drive. Reports say Williams had been sending the victim daily text messages to try and reconcile their relationship. Police say they identified Williams as a suspect using license plate readers and cameras across the city. Investigators found the gun used in the shooting at a house on Garrett Lane. 2 months before the shooting, Williams also allegedly set the victim's house on fire. This was on March 21st. That case is still pending. Williams will be back in court for the arson charges October 25th. He faces at least 31 years in prison after being found guilty of attempted murder.
Another public school teacher in less than a week is facing child pornography charges. This time, a teacher in the Rockford Public Schools, or now ex-teacher. The Winnebago County State's attorney says police arrested 77-year-old Mark Henschel. He was listed as an integrated math teacher at Auburn High School. On August 16th, detectives began investigating after they found images of minors on a flash drive and an SD card before determining the drives belonged to Henschel. He was released from custody under the Pretrial Fairness Act until his next court date. RPS confirmed in a statement he no longer works for the school district.
A Rockford mom brought a lawsuit against Rockford Christian Schools, claiming officials did nothing to stop a student from racially bullying her daughter, who was also enrolled there.
We told you about this story, too, a few months ago. Our digital reporter, Jim Haggerty, found out the details and has more.
As it was racially motivated from the beginning.
Jenna Ewing enrolled her then 8th grade daughter, who is biracial, at Rockford Christian Schools for the 2022-2023 school year. She says just days after classes began, a male student started harassing her daughter using racial and other slurs.
This is another child, so I'm not trying to make too much out of it. I want the adults to get in the room and handle some of this.
But Ewing, who is an attorney, says school officials did nothing to stop the abuse. She says not only did the harassment at the hands of the same student keep happening, it turned physical.
About 2 weeks into school, she was at a football game when the boy hit her and was using the same terminology.
Ewing then pulled her daughter out of Rockford Christian and filed a lawsuit in federal court, claiming the school violated state and federal race and gender discrimination laws by allowing the situation to continue.
I don't think that there's any sense of accountability that's been taken at any point.
The parents of the student accused of harassing Ewing's daughter are also named in the complaint, something legal experts say is becoming more common in American civil and criminal courts.
So just as if your child were to throw a baseball through someone's car window, you would be responsible. The same thing goes for their actions, even if they're not a monetary normal amount that, you can just go get a quote for. A jury then decides what should you pay and why.
When they failed my daughter like they did, they deserve to be called out.
That was Jim Haggerty reporting. A longtime Rockford Italian restaurant, Capri, announces its Loves Park opening.
Mark your calendars for September 28th. That's when they're expected to officially open. This will be just shy of 2 years since the kitchen fire that forced the restaurant to shut down. The owners decided to relocate to Loves Park at 6480 East Riverside. We got a first look at that new location today, and owner Vito Grisanzio says the menu will have all the classics along with a few additions, showcasing their traditions.
We're tying some of the history of Capri in with our new vision. So we're taking some of those really good things, the rich history, and putting that together with our new vision going forward.
Grisanzio says Capri will start by opening for carry-out only, hoping to open the dining room in 2025.
Tomorrow night will be the first presidential debate between former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris.
The two will take the stage in Pennsylvania. More on the rules of the debate coming up.
And coming up at 6, Governor Pritzker announces new funding for electric vehicle chargers throughout the state. New chargers will be coming to several counties in the state. Find out who will be affected.
Our temperatures did make it to 80 degrees this afternoon, so warming above that average, and that trend something that'll continue. Find out how long we keep these comfortable overnight lows coming up in the First Warn forecast a little later.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team, with Mimi Murphy, Wendell Edwards, Scott Leber, and Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
1 day to go until the presidential debate on ABC. Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Trump will take the stage in Philadelphia.
Pennsylvania is a key battleground state once again this election cycle. With the latest polling showing a tight race, tomorrow night could be critical of who wins the White House. ABC's Perry Russum is in Philadelphia.
Final preparations ahead of the high-stakes debate between former President Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris. There will be no opening statements, no studio audience, no pre-written notes or huddling with staff during commercial breaks. Microphones will be muted when it's not the candidate's turn to speak.
Are you ready, Madam Vice President?
Ready. Harris has been getting ready in Pittsburgh with mock debates. Former Hillary Clinton advisor Philippe Reines playing the role of Trump. Reines posting this video on X from 2016 where he helped Clinton prepare for Trump.
The vice president will defeat Donald Trump in the debate tomorrow.
Trump has been meeting with policy advisors, including Congressman Matt Gaetz, who's been helping with possible controversial questions, including Trump's legal issues and his stance on abortion rights.
Is anybody going to be watching?
Trump with a weekend rally in Wisconsin.
To every citizen who's sick and tired of the parasitic political class in Washington, November 5th will be your Liberation Day.
The latest 538 polling average shows a tight race, with Harris up by less than 3 percentage points nationwide.
Right now, Harris leading in 5 of the 7 big battlegrounds, but it is a tight race in all of them, including right here in Pennsylvania.
Over the weekend, Trump promising retribution if he wins a second term. threatening jail time for lawyers, political operatives, donors, illegal voters, and corrupt election officials, adding, those involved in unscrupulous behavior will be sought out, caught, and prosecuted at levels unfortunately never seen before in our country. It comes days after Trump admitted he lost in 2020, and days after Attorney General Merrick Garland said there's been an unprecedented spike in threats against election workers.
The public servants who administer our elections must be able to do their jobs without fearing for their lives.
The 90-minute debate is happening here at the National Constitution Center in Philadelphia behind me, with Harris arriving today. Trump will be here tomorrow, setting up a key moment in this race where they talk about the issues and how they want this country to move forward. Harry Russell, ABC News, Philadelphia.
You can watch the debate right here on WTVO 17 starting at 8 p.m. Our coverage starts at 7.
A sunny and warm day here in the state line.
Candace takes us to her forecast to see how long this warm weather is going to stick around.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, just like yesterday, we have had more haze and smoke out from the wildfires up northwest, giving our skies a somewhat hazy look to them. We take a live look with our Mercy House Skytrack camera here out at the Poplar Grove Airport. That haze is something that'll stick with us here these next couple of days. Despite that northwesterly wind shifting a little further to our east, there's a thicker concentration of smoke out across the northern Rockies that'll actually move in our direction through the Midwest and Great Lakes. So while not necessarily reaching down near the surface, I think those smoky skies are something we're going to be dealing with here as we go throughout the week. And that may play a little factor in our temperatures here, kind of keeping them down maybe a degree or two from those forecast highs. But we are still expected to warm over the next several days. 75 right now in the Pretzel City, 79 in Janesville, 77 here in Rockford, and still at 78 degrees right now down in Sterling. That's what our weather watcher Terry in Genoa is also checking in with, 78. Dew point temperature at 58, so pretty comfortable out there. Westerly wind, there's been a breeze from time to time at about 10 miles per hour. Thankfully, our winds won't stay overly strong, which is some good news because notice we maintain those dry conditions. We may see a few clouds sneak in as a warm front passes to the west and to the north late in the day tomorrow night, and then early Wednesday, but high pressure remains in control. So we see plenty of sunshine here as we head through Wednesday afternoon. Same thing going into Wednesday night. But with those drier conditions, it lowers our relative humidity value. So with that, there's a slightly elevated brush and grass fire risk just because we're pretty dry, and then we're going to have that dry air mass in place. Now, we may start to see some cloud cover work in as we get later into the week, and then for the weekend. That's actually the result of what is now Tropical Storm Francine. This is just out in the western Gulf of Mexico. You can actually see it's strengthening quite a bit and starting to develop, at least in the radar picture here, a little more of a defined eye structure to it. This is actually expected to grow and strengthen rather quickly here the next couple of days, reaching hurricane status within the next 24 hours and possibly reaching Hurricane 2 status here before it reaches and makes landfall along the Louisiana coastline by Wednesday morning. So winds currently at 65 miles per hour. It is slowly moving to the north and northwest at 7 miles per hour. Current track keeps that out over open water, which is part of the reason why it is expected to strengthen. It is really, really warm, at least for sea surface temperatures. Notice strengthening tomorrow afternoon, reaching winds of 85 miles per hour, 100 mile per hour winds there by early Wednesday. That's when it reaches potentially Category 2 hurricane status. As it makes landfall, it'll weaken, but the remnants of that low pressure system do move across parts of the Mississippi and Ohio River valleys. Now, whether or not that makes it this far north in terms of that moisture and rain, yet to be seen, but I think as we get through the end of the week, our cloud cover will increase as a result of that. Before that, though, temperatures are expected to warm. We're in the mid, at least upper 80s. Overnight lows are still pretty comfortable, so we're in the 50s. You'll start to notice those numbers go up just a little bit here by the time we get into the weekend.
Thank you.
Scott's in next with sports.
NIU's football team making more news today after that historic win on Saturday. What the Huskies' win at Notre Dame could do for the football program.
Now sports with sports director Scott Lever.
The NIU Huskies are reaping the rewards of pulling off the most stunning upset of the college football weekend. Their win against Notre Dame Sunday has made them the national team of the week. College Football Writers Association of America votes on the award. It's the first time NIU's won it since 2017 when the Huskies upset Nebraska. Also, the MAC has honored 3 Huskies. Running back Devontae Brown right there has been named the MAC's Offensive Player of the Week. Defensive lineman Devontae O'Malley here has been named the MAC Defensive Player of the Week. And Cade Haberman has been named the the Special Teams Player of the Week for the MAC for blocking 2 Notre Dame field goal attempts. So what can this win do for NIU's program? Here's what Thomas Hammock said after the game and what Athletic Director Sean T. Frazier told me personally after the game.
I hope this win brings support, financial support. It's a new era of college football, NIL and on all these different things, right? And so we want to continue to build the program. My whole vision for this program was to play so well we can increase student attendance, increase exposure. That was all because this is home for me.
This is going to help us in the new era of college athletics. We've talked about that, name, image, and likeness. We talked about the transfer portal. If you want to win academically and athletically, you come to NIU. We'll put you on a stage. We'll win championships. And you, too, will be able to better yourself through sports.
Well, the Huskies ranked 25th in the nation this week in the AP poll, but they are still not ranked in the coaches poll. Felt like the Bears got away with one yesterday in their opener against the Titans, all thanks to a pick-6 on a terrible pass by the Titans. This one definitely goes to the defense of the Bears. They played big on that side of the ball, but the guys aren't on defense, so not about to point fingers at Caleb Williams in the offense.
It takes a little bit. You know what I'm saying? The guy's a rookie. You know what I mean? I feel like he has a lot of plays out there that he wish he could have back. But at the end of the day, I have full trust and belief in his skill set and the work that he's going to put in. I mean, it was a couple times he came to the sideline, may have been frustrated with a throw that he had or something. I said, we got your back. Don't even worry about it. I was kept reminding him because I know for a fact it's going to be a game this year where we're going to need the offense to make plays for the defense.
Well, the Packers have not ruled out Jordan Love playing this weekend. That's what Matt LaFleur said today, although it's still highly unlikely Love will play because of that sprained ligament in his knee. If Love doesn't play, Malik Willis will start at quarterback and Sean Clifford will back him up. Week 1 of the NFL season isn't over yet. There's still tonight's game between the Jets and the 49ers, and we're going to have that game right here on WTVO. That's sports. We'll be right back.
Our first Warren Interactive Radar brought to us by Rockford Glass and More. We stay pretty quiet here as we go through the night. Still a bit of haze out there as temperatures drop back through the 50s. 85 for tomorrow, warming into the upper 80s through the middle of the week.
Thank you, Candace.
And thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you again at 6.